Is your Windows computer starting to feel like it is fighting against you? Maybe it takes forever to open a program. Maybe the browser freezes when you have only a few tabs open. Or maybe every click feels delayed, like your PC has to think for 5 seconds before doing something simple. Before you spend money on a new laptop, before you install some random PC booster, and definitely before you give up on the machine completely, there are a few safe things you can do right now that may make a real difference. And the best part is, everything I'm going to show you is already built into Windows. You do not need to buy anything. You do not need to be a computer expert. And you do not need to risk breaking your system. Now, the first fix sounds almost too simple, but it works more often than people think. Restart your computer. Not sleep mode, not closing the lid, not just turning off the monitor. I mean a proper restart. A lot of people leave their computers running for days or even weeks. During that time, programs open, background tasks build up, updates wait in the system, memory gets used, and small glitches start stacking on top of each other. Think of your computer like a desk. At the start of the day, it is clean. But after hours of work, papers, tools, cables, and notes are everywhere. A restart is like clearing the desk and starting fresh. After restarting, the next thing you should do is check for Windows updates. Go to Settings, then Windows Update, and click Check for Updates. Sometimes Microsoft releases fixes that improve speed, stability drivers, and security. A slow computer is not always old. Sometimes it is just behind on updates. So before doing anything advanced, restart the PC, update Windows, and see how it feels afterward. Now let's move to one of the biggest reasons a Windows computer starts feeling slow: startup apps. These are programs that automatically open every time your computer turns on. Some of them are useful. For example, your antivirus, audio driver, or touchpad software may need to start with Windows. But many programs add themselves to startup even when you do not really need them running all day. Over time, this becomes a problem. You install a printer app, then a cloud storage app, then a game launcher, then a chat app, then a video tool. Suddenly, when Windows starts, it is not just loading Windows, it is also trying to open 10 or 20 extra programs in the background. That means your computer has to work harder before you even touch anything. The good news is you can control this very easily. Right-click on the taskbar and open Task Manager. In Windows 11, look on the left side for Startup Apps. In Windows 10, you may see a tab at the top called Startup. Once you are there, you will see a list of programs. Look at the status column. Anything marked Enabled is allowed to run when your computer starts. Now be careful, but do not be scared. If you recognize something you do not need immediately, right-click it and choose Disable. For example, a music app, game launcher, meeting app, updater tool, or cloud app may not need to start every single time. Disabling it does not delete the program. It does not uninstall anything. It simply tells Windows, do not open this automatically. And if you change your mind later, you can come back and enable it again. After disabling unnecessary startup apps, restart your computer. You may notice that Windows reaches the desktop faster, feels lighter, and responds better because fewer things are fighting for memory in the background. The next thing you should check is storage clutter. A lot of people think their computer is slow because something is broken, but sometimes the system is simply carrying too much junk. Windows creates temporary files while installing updates, opening programs, browsing the internet, and running normal background tasks. Most of these files are not dangerous, but over time they can pile up, and when your main drive gets too full, Windows has less room to breathe. That can make everything feel slower, especially if your computer already has limited memory or an older hard drive. So let's clean it safely. Click the Start menu and search for Disk Cleanup. Open it, choose your main drive, usually C, and let Windows scan the system. After a few seconds, it will show you different types of files that can be removed. You may see things like temporary internet files, delivery optimization files, recycle bin files, thumbnails, and old update cleanup files. Now, here's the important part. Do not panic when you see a big number. Windows is simply showing you files it believes can be deleted safely. If you want a deeper cleanup, you can also click Clean Up System Files. This checks for more system-level clutter, including older update files. But be careful with one thing. If you recently upgraded from Windows 10 to Windows 11, do not rush to delete the old Windows installation files unless you are sure you do not want to go back. Those files may be needed if you decide to roll back. Once you select the items you are comfortable removing, click OK, then confirm the deletion. This step may not magically turn an old computer into a gaming machine, but it helps remove unnecessary weight from the system. And when you combine it with the restart, updates, and startup cleanup, your PC can start feeling noticeably smoother. Now let's talk about something that makes a lot of people blame the whole computer, even when the real problem is only inside the browser. Browser extensions. These are small add-ons that run inside Chrome, Edge, Firefox, or whatever browser you use. Some extensions are helpful. A password manager, an ad blocker, or a work tool may be something you actually need. But many people have extensions installed that they do not remember adding. Sometimes they come bundled with other software. Sometimes a website pushes you to install something. And sometimes an extension sits there for months, quietly slowing down your browsing. When this happens, websites load slowly, videos buffer, pages freeze, tabs take longer to open, and because most people use their browser for everything, it feels like the entire PC is slow. So here is what you should do. Open your browser, look for the 3 dots in the top corner. In Chrome or Edge, go to Extensions, then choose Manage Extensions. Now carefully look through the list. If you see something you use every day and trust, leave it alone. But if you see an extension you do not recognize, do not need, or forgot was even installed, remove it. For example, maybe you see an old shopping extension, a random PDF tool, a coupon finder, a search helper, or some strange safe browsing add-on you never use. Those are the kinds of things that can slow your browser down or even create annoying pop-ups. Click Remove on anything unnecessary. After that, close the browser completely and open it again. Then visit a few websites you normally use. In many cases, pages will feel quicker, tabs will respond faster, and the browser will stop acting so heavy. This is one of those small maintenance habits that can save you a lot of frustration. Check your extensions every few weeks and keep only what you truly need. Now let's check 2 things that can quietly hold your computer back: power settings and malware. First, power settings. Windows does not always run your computer at full performance. Sometimes it uses a balanced mode or battery saving mode to reduce power use. That can be useful on a laptop when you're trying to save battery. But if your PC feels slow, this setting may be limiting performance. Click the Start menu and search for Power Plan. Then Choose a power plan. You may see options like Balanced, Power Saver, or High Performance. If you are on a desktop, High Performance is usually the better choice. If you are on a laptop, you can use it when plugged in, but switch back to Balanced when you need longer battery life. This one setting can make the computer feel more responsive because Windows stops being so careful with power and gives the system more room to perform. Now let's talk about malware. A slow computer is not always slow because of Windows. Sometimes unwanted software is running in the background without you realizing it. It may use memory, processor power, internet connection, or even change browser behavior. Open Windows Security from the Start menu. Go to Virus and Threat Protection, then click Quick Scan. Let Windows check your system. If it finds anything suspicious, follow the recommended action. You can also run a full scan if you want a deeper check, especially if your computer has been freezing, opening strange pop-ups, or redirecting websites. The main idea is simple. A clean computer runs better. Between power settings and malware scanning, you're removing 2 hidden causes of poor performance. One setting may be limiting your speed, and one unwanted program may be stealing your resources. Fix both, and your PC may already feel much smoother. Now we are at my favorite Windows speed trick, because this is one of those changes you can actually feel almost immediately. Windows tries to make everything look smooth and modern. Menus fade in, windows slide open, shadows appear under icons. Small animations play when you minimize or maximize something. That looks nice, but every one of those effects uses system resources. On a powerful computer, you may not notice it, but on an older or slower machine, those small visual effects can make Windows feel heavier than it needs to be. Here is how to change it. Click the Start menu and search for Performance. Then open Adjust the appearance and performance of Windows. A small window will open with several options. By default, Windows may be set to Let Windows choose what's best for my computer. You can select Adjust for best performance, and Windows will turn off almost every animation and visual effect. Now, I'll be honest, that can make Windows look a little plain. So my preferred method is to choose Custom. Turn off the effects you do not care about, like menu animations, fading, sliding, and extra shadows. But keep the useful things, such as show thumbnails instead of icons and smooth edges of screen fonts. Those 2 help Windows stay readable and practical without adding too much extra weight. After you click Apply, you may notice menus open faster, folders respond quicker, and the system feels more direct. No restart is usually needed. So, to recap, restart your PC, update Windows, control startup apps, clean temporary files, remove useless browser extensions, check your power mode, scan for malware, and reduce heavy visual effects. None of these steps require risky software. None of them cost money, and together they can make an older Windows PC feel much more usable. If your computer still feels painfully slow after all this, then yes, it may be time to consider a hardware upgrade. But try these steps first, because sometimes your PC just needs a proper cleanup, not a replacement.